Hello everybody and welcome to Mondoid, your one-stop shop for all things Project Zomboid, and this week, bring out your Zeds, also known as really not that much to talk about, but still some things to discuss, and we're going to go ahead and dive right into it and talk about what is available now, what's coming up, and what to expect in the coming weeks and months, etc., etc. So, first, we dive in. They apologize because, welp, this Mondoid was late. I was actually wondering if we were going to get a Mondoid for the first time. In a long time, I was wondering if we were going to get a Mondoid, or if Mondoid, that long chain of Mondoids, would have been broken. But it wasn't. It was super late, but it was up, which is good because I love my Mondoids. And to have the developers constantly post up a blog a week takes some endurance, and I applaud them for being able to keep doing it. So I'm happy that this is up. So they apologize that it was late. But, more importantly, Build 23 is available for testing on the forum. It is not officially on Steam yet, but if you cannot wait and you want to play that build and see what's going on, you can go download it on the forum. You click this link right here, it brings you right to where you can download it, and it gives a huge list of all the bug fixes, followed by a huge list of all the new stuff and a bunch of other things. I would go through it, as I always say, but these patches are usually gigantic, and there's a lot to digest. So I would suggest go checking it out. And if you're more curious about what the patch is, but are willing to wait for Steam, go read it, man. There's a lot of good stuff coming out, a lot of good fixes, and a lot of fun stuff to read. And a lot of the newer stuff too is coming up nicely. Besides that, multiplayer. Multiplayer is inching ever closer. My expectation when I read and talked to the developers last week was 1 to 2 weeks. My guess is we'll see it within a week now. It's been 1 week. I would say one more week is closer. They've actually opened up the testing to a bunch more testers, so they've had a lot of people. One of the cooler things is that all the players have been creating this little camp called Neo Haven and organizing their loot forays and their loot runs when they're outside of the game, so they have like a schedule and stuff. And they said it's really fascinating to watch. I'd be really interested in watching it as well. And they were so convinced that they were gearing up for a wider release, but there's a little thing. There's still a couple game-breaking bugs that have been popping up that they're nailing down. Once those are done, once those are set, we are going to be looking at a public release of the test version of multiplayer. So make sure you keep your eyes here on the website or on my channel, because I'll be popping up a video as soon as it's live, or make sure you check out the website from time to time to see if they have announced it. Other things, if you remember last week when they were talking about multiplayer, certain things bumped up in priority, and one of them was hunting, because hunting is going to become a big priority in multiplayer when the cities are completely barren and there's a server that's been up for months and months. I went on a big tirade about all the cool things that could happen, and now the hunting stuff is underway, it looks like. We have the first 3D model of what looks like a bunny, so that's really exciting. Hunting has officially entered development, and I'm excited to see hunting pop into the game and see how that's going to shake things up. Nature, living, camping, all that good stuff is going to be available and an option for people, so if you want to be that guy who lives in the woods in a real creepy way, you can do that, so that's awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing the actual animals in-game to see what that's going to be producing. Other than that, there's been some cool stuff by the community. More particularly, there has been a user creating a map, rather, of Cherno for Project Zomboid. Cherno, the DayZ map. They are porting it over to Project Zomboid. They're making their own version of it, obviously, so it's going to have a little bit of different, maybe some small differences, but you can go check it out. The last I checked on it, which was yesterday, I believe, he was done with the map itself, like the actual map. The things he had to do now were buildings and the interiors of buildings. Obviously, all the hard work is still left, but mapping it out and creating that basic map is done, and you can go check out the progress right by this link right here in Amazo Maps. And that's cool because Ringo D is working on the next Mega Map mod that is going to be added on and make the map even bigger, so that's really exciting, and some good stuff's happening, so I'm psyched. I'm the really quick Mondoid update, but there's a lot here to digest, and there's a lot of stuff for you to click on and go read, so I suggest you come here to the blog, click on the links, and read up on all the new stuff that's coming. So that'll wrap up this Mondoid, a nice short one, about just under 5 minutes, so thank you so much for watching. If you are a weekly visitor, I will see you next week. If you're a regular, I will see you later today, and as always, I will see all of you next time. Bye-bye.